Hello, we've got a new old school RuneScape update today, player-owned house menageries. So let's have a look at this. This week we'll bring an interesting addition to player-owned houses, menageries, and, as usual, they'll be bringing a bunch of other changes along with it. So the player-owned house menageries. In last week's update post, they showed us some behind-the-scenes shots of the player-owned house menageries, and now they are here. If you are level 37 in construction, you can now add a menagerie to your house, and let your pets roam free. If you're one of the many players who have not yet received a boss pet, then don't worry, your other pets can take advantage of a menagerie too. If you're sick of seeing your cat sleeping away in your bank, perhaps it is time you relocate them to your menagerie. You can decorate the room with a bunch of new, interesting elements. If you fancy setting your pet up in varied environments, you can choose from 5 different habitats for your outdoor menagerie. And maybe your tiny Zilliana is spending a little too much time scratching at your throne, so building a scratching post may solve that issue. So, there are a bunch of ways to customize your menagerie, so grab some planks and head to your nearest house portal. In addition to the release of the menageries, Modash has worked his magic and significantly reduced the loading time for large player-owned houses. A large player-owned house used to take up to 20 seconds to load. That time has now been reduced to around 5 seconds. So the next update is the PvP World Attack option change. They have now made a small change to the PvP World safe zones in this week's update. The attack options for players will no longer appear when in a safe zone, making it much easier to move and click objects when in a safe zone. Multiple barbarian assault rewards, active vials and secateurs. It is now possible to get multiple active vials, magic secateurs and, if you have enough points, barbarian assault reward armors without running into any restrictions. Many players requested that we were allowed to get multiple of these items, and the old school team saw no reason to disagree. So now you'll be able to set yourself up placeholders in your bank and backups for worst case scenarios. Temporary death changes reverted. A couple of weeks ago, old school experienced some network issues due to an ongoing attack, and to help prevent old school players from losing their hard-earned items to something that is out of their control, they implemented some changes to the death mechanic. These changes have now been reverted as the network issues have subsided. The death mechanics are now back to normal, leaving you with 2 minutes to retrieve your lost equipment instead of 30 minutes, and your items will once more be instantly visible to everyone. In other news, the Deerstalker hat can now be stored in a player-owned house treasure chest. They fixed a transparency issue with the Jester tights. Various old quest monsters are now recognised as undead and an appropriate slayer target. The Barrow's chest will no longer give more than 1 elite clue at a time. The alchemy value of a master wand has been increased to 60,000 coins. Dark beasts now drop big bones and long bone drops. And the right click travel option for the gunners now start the journey instead of a dialogue. So if you want to discuss this update, please go to the forums or in my comments. Don't miss out the Q&A livestream 5 PM British time on twitch.tv/RuneScape channel. Last week, Mod Alfred and Wolf took on a ghost chili challenge. This week, Mod Alfred will be eating a scorpion. All of this madness is, of course, for a good cause. Mod Alfred is taking part in a colour run and is raising money for Save the Children. Make sure to head over to Mod Alfred's Twitter page to check out more about what's going on and how you can donate to Save the Children. So if you want to keep up to date with the old school team, follow them on Twitter. That's at JagXAlfred, JagXAsh, JagXJohnC, JagXMattK, JagXReach, JagXRonin and JagXWeth. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with old school RuneScape, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.